it. You want to win games from the back line out. Much more apt to win a game 9-6 than 16-14, which is what we've seen from Notre Dame over the years and early this season. Jack Oldman will take draws for Ohio State. The All-American Will Lynch for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. And we're underway in South Bend. First possession and first face-off won by Oldman. That's a good sign for the Buckeyes.
2 years through his career, they bump him to attack, and there he is scoring goals. He's going to be a high-round pick in the NLL. That's the indoor draft, the native of Burlington, Ontario.
22nd goal of the year, 0 assists. He is a goal scorer, that is for sure.
White gives offensive coordinator Chris Wojcik some flexibility in terms of different angles he can attack from.
And again, Oldman wins another face-off draw. That's a huge bonus for Ohio State. If he can just go 50-50 with Will Lynch.
Story of the game right there. Thomas Ricciardelli right now, 7 saves thus far. Ohio State shooting 1 of 8.
Nice move that time by Will Lynch. Loose the ball to himself, wins his first face-off of the day. And he'll get it to Light. We'll move it up ahead to the offensive end.
That would be a major change in the Irish lineup from last week.
Right, and it's an Irish team, Q, that has a lot of depth at midfield, so they can afford to do that, keep 29 on the field.
I asked Coach Kevin Corrigan about that, getting more production out of that third attack spot. Corny's a superstar in the making. He's got 3 goals and 6 assists, but he's a freshman. He's had some ankle injuries. He got off to an electric start in the scrimmages, but he's been a little quiet lately. Like everybody wins, okay? It's got a big game feel. He knows his team this year will benefit from that experience, as will Maryland. That's what it's all about. I wish we had more of that in February and March.
Here's Lynch on the go. He's gonna shoot!
Hands from X. A real two-handed change of direction guy. He reminds me, quite honestly, of Mikey Bain from that team up north. But Haas is off to a great start this season.
It's a good thing Coach Myers can't hear you making that.
Do you see it, Cotter? Can you see it?
Very much so, yes. I agree with you. Diminutive, but super skilled, super quick.
Smart.
Getting an earful from Coach Corrigan right now, and the Buckeyes believe, Q, up a goal.
You know, I spoke to Alex Marinier on my podcast this week. What makes Chris Kavanaugh so effective is his ability to attack a defense from behind, from the wings, from up top, or off ball. He is a complete offensive weapon.
All even at 4 apiece.
Up the hash, left-handed, and he pings the far post.
To further your point, Q, you've got Angrick playing some D-midi, playing really a two-way in this game, and you've got McLean playing down low at attack.
Yeah, and you got Jeffrey, who we saw earlier. Maharis has got a point. Busenkill, we haven't called his name very much, 23 in white. He had a nice invert assist last week.
Slugfest between these two teams. Outstanding goaltending play for both, and defenses in the spotlight.
I love the crowd and the energy that they're bringing to this game. It has been a defensive battle. Ohio State's only shooting 20%, okay, 4 of 20. Meanwhile, Notre Dame shooting 5 of 16, 31%. Slight advantage there. The game played extremely hard, no penalties. And all of Ohio State's goals on a more than 50 goals for Greg Cannella at UMass. Takes a grad year. He's one of, what, 5 or 6 midfielders who have come from other programs to be main contributors.
Another possession off the draw for the Buckeyes. Now
McKenna, the first midfield line. O'Leary has scored a goal. He's on the second midfield line. And so you're talking about 5 guys who have been seamlessly put into this offense.
Oldman to the wing. Ricciardelli goes down to try and make the save. Didn't have
Oldman. Cotter, I think Oldman, the sophomore out of Hill Academy, has been
the first Buckeye to net 2 on the day. It's Alex Marinier. There's a lot of belief now with this Ohio State team. You know, talking to Coach Myers about that big win against Virginia, they hadn't had a big win like that in a couple of years and what it meant to his team. And he said, yeah, obviously it's going to mean a lot when you beat. Lynch wins it to himself.
Time, and Marinier's got a vicious righty rip. His brother Matt's a pro player up in Ottawa, goes 6'6", 235. He's a kid who played a lot of hockey growing up, Cotter. His dream was to play in the NHL, but he's here now after that position switch from defense to attack.
And he's got a hat trick to go along with one hell.
Wellington, Ontario, which is a suburb of Toronto. He grew up playing with guys like Matt Collison and Finn Thompson and the English brothers. Just an incredible story, Cotter.
Ohio State looking for early offense, pipes it off the top.
That ball lands off the crossbar with backspin. Who's closer? Wow, the dive.
Nick Myers didn't like that call. Thought his player just got on the other end of Sean Light. Call goes the Irish way.
It was a hold call on Langermeyer, Cotter, that's wiped out with the goal.
Yep, call who wiped out. And Oldman coming out of there with it, but now he's in trouble. Loose ball picked up, this time by Reinhardt. It is going to be a brutal 9.5 minutes to end this game, Q. These two teams are going to go at it.
And he hammers that ball offside high.
Fifth tie of this game.
Surprised Ohio State didn't send the double.
Another big ground ball picked up by the
back national championships. Lost a game last week in Atlanta, played in front of 10,000 people. Every game they've played in the last 2 years kind of feels like a big game, right?
Yeah, they definitely have the experience. There's no question about that.
On his posture.
Here you see the last two losses for the Irish last week. And then goes back to last February when Georgetown was able to beat him in overtime.
Game recovered in first program. A program that's been close to the top, that needed one today.
Huge face-off here. Lynch has got to win it and go forward quickly. The scrum, and Ohio State comes to Arlada and upsets the two-time defending national champs.